Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praise and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushua, Bahashem, Rakah HaKodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders, great millstone who rule well and taught me this truth. Peace, blessings, salutations, and mercies to the elect and the one-third remnant out there listening and doing this word with all faith and sincerity, scattered amongst the nations and the four corners of the earth to you. I say shalom. Lord willing, this video is edifying. It's going to be sitting around article that I got by the deepdive.ca. And it's entitled Saudi Arabia willing to trade in other currencies poses threat to petrodollar. All right, so if you don't know, now you know. It's official that Saudi Arabia, arguably the most key ally when it comes to U.S. dollar hegemony, is now, pretty much making themselves or realigning themselves with counter nations, nations that don't necessarily align themselves with America. So pretty much they're aligning themselves with America's enemies, right? And this here is this might be it, man. This right here is catastrophic. It's not being talked about, and for good reason, man, because you bring this up in the news. If this was to be reported on CNN tomorrow, this whole empire would go down. It'd be all out panic in the markets. Okay, people would be dropping the dollar, left and right. But rather they try to report it now or later, they're still gonna do it. Okay, America is on borrowed time. Okay, Saudi Arabia is opening its economic doors about trading in currencies other than the U.S. dollar. Finance Minister Mohammed Al-Jadaan sounded off at the World Economic Forum in Davos, Switzerland. And this is, we've been telling you that this is going to happen, man. And it's, Esau, he's going through with this reset agenda, right? He's no longer going to continue to wait around because he's realizing that he doesn't have time to waste. All right. Therefore, he's going full frontal with it. Okay, and best believe this is going to accelerate this dollar crash. If you think this recession is something, just wait until the world changes its reserve currency from the dollar to, probably a CBDC, whichever country it may come out of or however they address it. But the dollar is going to lose its reserve status. Okay, and overnight, America would be turned into a third world country. All right, we're in the process of this happening. Okay. So, shit is going down, man. There are no issues with discussing how we settle our trade arrangements, whether it's in the U.S. dollar, whether it's in the euro, whether it's in the Saudi rial. And, he's not mentioning the yuan, the Russian ruble, right? Gold. Okay, all of these different, means of trade are on the table now. What gave America its power was its military and its deal with Saudi Arabia. When it went off the gold standard, it got on the petro standard. And Saudi Arabia pretty much kept it up. It was pegged heavily through Saudi Arabian oil. Okay, but now that, Saudi Arabia ain't selling this oil exclusively through the dollar, well, that that no longer makes the U.S. the financial power that it once was. Okay, and this is January 19th, man. This is 2 weeks ago. You know, so we ain't even seeing the effects of this. We're waiting for the ripple effect to get over here to America and to hit the markets and stuff, man. Okay. I don't think we are waving away or ruling out any discussion that will help improve the trade around the world. See, America is being cut out, all right, because people are tired of America's shenanigans, all right. If you know, Saudi Arabia and America has been having some, they've been butting heads pretty recently, right? As far as when you look at, Saudi Arabia, pricing oil, America putting a cap on it. America wanting a price cap on oil to try to make their financial burdens look better than they actually are. And these nations are starting to see that America's weak. Okay, it's not the power in which it once was. So these nations that were never really aligned with America by choice are now choosing to go against it. Ultimately because America has kept its allies through force. But now that force ain't there no more. So now we finna see prophecy unfold. The world's largest oil exporter, which has kept its currency pegged to the dollar for decades, is looking to enhance ties with key trading partners such as China during China. Ooh, wow. Damn. So here it is. Your most strategic ally is in bed with your arch nemesis, man. My, look how the tables have turned, man. During President Xi Jinping's visit to Riyadh last year, two countries agreed to improve energy policy and exploration collaboration, promising to import more than it aims to settle in yuan. See? So, China is in, America's allies' ears. Okay, and this is detrimental. Okay, because the moves like this, it puts directly under threat, the U.S. Hegemony, man. The term petrodollar refers to the U.S. dollar position as the primary worldwide currency for international oil transactions. This status was established in the 1970s as part of a pact between the U.S. and Saudi Arabia, in which the U.S. committed to provide Saudi Arabia military protection in exchange for Saudi government agreeing to sell oil exports in the U.S. dollar. See, but now Saudi Arabia, is looking at America like, well, you're not the greatest military anymore, man, which is true. It's now a new kid on the block. Russia with them hypersonics. Okay, people are seeing what's going on in Ukraine through proxy. They saying that Americans' weaponry ain't got shit on Russia's. Okay, so these so-called allies are jumping ship. All right. This arrangement has contributed the U.S. dollar's status to the reserve as the world's reserve currency, as well as giving the U.S. enormous influence in the global oil market. Well, all that's come to an end, huh? Right? So, I'll get some precepts, man. Okay. This is Jeremiah 49 and 10. But I have made Esau bare, and I have uncovered his secret places. See? Now Esau, which is the self-proclaimed white man, right? He's been exposed, okay, on all levels. All right. That's why you're seeing these breakdowns going on in the EU and, over here in the States, you see, everything pretty much shifting and breaking down because the weaknesses have been made known. All right. You got Sleepy Joe falling asleep at press conferences. You don't think nations are taking note on this? Right? You don't think they see what's going on? Right? And he shall not be able to hide himself. His seed is spoiled, and his brethren and his neighbors, and he is not, man. See? So Esau, you're spoiled, man. Okay? The jig is up. That's why he's rushing to get this whole, reset done. This truth has absolutely destroyed Esau, man. Absolutely ate his ass up. And now we see him in this desperate, state, trying to throw shit at the wall to see what stick. Right? He has to get this agenda going because, he's been revealed. It's dissension going on in his, at his meetings, his elite level meetings, elite status meetings at the World Economic Forum. You got, army troops protecting because he's no longer safe. He can't do the things he used to do in secret no more, man, because everyone knows. Okay, leave thy fatherless children, I will preserve them alive, and let thy widows trust in me. Scripture says widows shall not weep, right? and ultimately this is just the beginning of the end for Esau, because you going into slavery, my nigga. Okay, for thus saith Yahweh Shem Yahushua, behold, they whose judgment was not to drink of the cup have assuredly drunken. See, and he forced everybody else to drink it. But guess what? That cup is passed on to you now. And guess what? It's going to be double. Right? So now you finna start taking them sips. And it's going to hit hard, buddy. But you going to finish every drop. Okay? Now we seeing this man's empire crumbling. His grip on the world is loosening. Okay? Esau, you're weak, man. And we've been telling you it was going to come down to this, man. We've been saying it. Call Lord Yahweh Shem Yahushua for us to be able to see it. And art thou he that shall altogether go unpunished? Nigga thought he was going to get away scot-free. Run off in the sunset. Psych. Thou shalt not go unpunished, but thou shalt surely drink of it. So, and this is part of it. This is the cup. Really, you just looking at the cup. You ain't even took a sip yet. You just smelling it and you see it strong. You're like, ooh. Well, guess what? You gonna take that thing down, man. You're gonna drink every drop. Okay? And the things in which that you've been doing is about to be done to you, man. You spoiled and raped and robbed and dealt treacherously and, frauded your way, into power. Well, now it's all coming back on you. Okay? America is about to be, oh man, it's about to be something else, man. The scriptures say a time in which we have never seen before on earth. Okay? Never before has a society went from first class to no class in a blink of an eye. And that's exactly what's happening in America, man. A first world country. Americans are so, you talk to an American, man, they talk to you, they talk about, shit like, the way they think is valid. Like as long as an American say it, it's gold. Because why we're American, it don't got to make sense. It ain't got to be no logic associated with it. Straight delusion. These people live in delusion. But guess what? You finna wake up. You finna have to wake up, man. Okay, it's coming down to it, to the point to where you people are gonna wake up and see that you've been living a lie. Okay? It's all over. All right? So you thought you was so much better than everybody else, but really you finna see that, you were in the, you gonna wish, man, just like in the movie The Purge, the final purge or whatever, Purge Forever, whatever the name of it. Niggas was running to Mexico trying to escape America. You niggas gonna be trying to escape, but you gonna be stuck, man, in the land in which you love so dearly. It's Obadiah 1 and 7. All the men of thy confederacy have brought thee even to the border. The men that were at peace with thee have deceived thee and prevailed against thee. They that eat thy bread have laid a wound under thee. There is none understanding in him. And is that not Saudi Arabia? And this is just the beginning, man. We gonna start seeing reports of European allies starting to side with foes of America. Okay, this is a slippery slope. Okay, and it's only gonna escalate. All right, because at the end of the day, ain't nobody gonna want to be found next to America. They gonna complete the world is gonna isolate America because you've done so much to so many, starting with the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. You've not done, endless amount of things, countless things, man. Countless ways you fucked over the world. Okay? So now that it's coming back on you, nobody's going to want to be found next to you, man. Because everyone knows that America is a piece of shit. Americans are pieces of shit. Okay? Because your leaders are. Ask the king, so are the people. You people are delusional. Okay? You're asleep. And it really is old. That's why Joe Biden is the perfect, president for America in this state. Okay, because he definitely represents you Americans. Okay, you got Alzheimer's. You don't know what day it is. You don't know where to stand. And it's only gonna get worse from here. This is Isaiah 33. Woe to thee that spoilest, and thou wast not spoiled, and dealest treacherously, and they dealt not treacherously with thee, because that's America's MO, right? Economic hitmen, coup d'etats, right? Divide and conquer. But then you look at it, and the same thing in which America has been doing to so many is been done to it, right? Now we seeing it. And guess what, people? Now you don't like it. You got a problem with it now. When thou shalt cease to spoil, thou shalt be spoiled. And that's exactly what's going on, man. Finally, when America trying to do right, trying to get his shit together, that's when people want to take advantage of you, because that's what you've done to so many, right? But this time, when it's done to you, it's going to be far greater and far worse, man, because, unlike these nations in which you've been in bed with and, defrauded and stolen from, their end wasn't in nuclear destruction, but America's is gonna be. Okay, America is responsible for the condition of this earth. Esau Edom, of course, he's the man behind the mask, but America has been used to push all of these agendas, man. to push this new way of being, right? And because of that, the Lord is going to pelt this place, man. Okay? But before that, he's going to break it down to absolutely nothing, man. Okay? And when thou shalt make an end to deal treacherously, they shall deal treacherously with thee. And that's where we at. Okay? When you finally trying to, Biden going over there to Saudi Arabia, trying to be all cozy up with, the niggas over there and shit. The whole time, they have no intentions of renewing any type of pact that you had, man. Whole time they just ran off with you invested so much into this nation, right? Into Saudi Arabia for them to just pack up and go to your biggest enemy. Wow, man. And with that, I give all praise and the glory to you. How about Shema Shai, Hashem, Kakwadash, Wa, Abba, and DTA.